Another key thing that you need to do as someone who responsibly uses LinkedIn is to pay it forward and also write and connect and share information. I have proposed two different types of social media or content calendars on the website that I also have attached to this video. And if you're there at the presentations, I really couldn't get to it. But this is what you should sincerely, absolutely try to do. Now, some of the high rollers, like, I can't even say his last name. A lot of people just call him Gary Z. He says you should publish in social media 100 times a day. 100 times a day. He is a great person who wants you to go through and make contacts. And the way you make contacts is just not sitting here and kind of just waiting for things to happen. You really have to post. I'm going to go in here, see if this does it for me. No, this does not. Oh, actually it does. I'm going to go to that spot and I'm going to show you my post. I'm sharing a post as a library. I'm sharing something that we published about a book. I see that I have 32 views on my feed. Do you know what else I can see about my feed? I can see the people that are reading my feed and kind of have an idea too how I'm getting out there geographically. As I go down here, you'll see primarily I will share some things. I just signed up for this webinar and I want to share it with other people who are into e-learning. That makes 2. Now I have 24 views of my post and I can sort of see the area and the people who did look at it. Do you see how exciting that can kind of be? My share on the coronavirus was not so good. I did share some information about another librarian who's actually working with incarcerated students. And he's out there asking if you want to talk to him about his process and his philosophy, you can reach out to him. I want to be a person who pays it forward, so I bumped that up. So I shared it out there. I can see at least 17 people reviewed my piece, and I see where they're located. And I'll just kind of keep going down. So you'll see here I have a combination of things I created, things that I want to bump up, and people I want to share. Here, I really loved what this woman was doing in terms of talking about some of us want to work in different types of hands-on jobs or at a desk job or remotely, and she kind of wants to do it all. And I wanted to share so that maybe if there's people that are following me, you know, they'll be interested in that too. Look at this. I have something from where I work, and I'm sharing the job fair that I participated in. I see that I get 45 views. See, of course, thankfully, my local people liked me. DTL's Learning Management System checked in on me. DTL might be someplace I work eventually, remotely. Maybe even as a post-retirement job. I see that people look at me public relations specialist and a couple of other people like that. And again, I see it a little bit all over, but it looks like I just moved to Washington, so I'm starting to permeate the market, and that's making me feel a little bit excited. Let's go down and look at some other things. At my job, one of the big things happened is APA, so I'm sharing it with people. I like to think I was pithy. When you do post, make sure that first sentence is really good because it's usually going to fall underneath the image, if you know what I mean. So they're not going to see this whole thing. They're just going to see a portion. So make sure that first line's kind of perky. And I kind of parroted something, what's in your references? And I gave them a link to see how it's different. And I provided a lot of value in this. And thankfully, some people recognized my value. So I got 82 views on this. Again, a lot of people from Big Bend, where I work. I can do show more. In a way, sometimes you'll start recognizing your friends. That a friend of mine works here. A friend of mine works here. And I see that I'm a little bit all over, but I'm definitely my target area of Washington State. So I feel good that my connections are beginning to build in that area. Also, I see that some people commented. I do believe I went in there and looked at it. And actually, it's a librarian from Atlanta, Georgia that I do know. And actually, the only way I know him pretty much is through LinkedIn. And I responded to it. I hope I did anyway. I didn't. Yes. And I'm going to go in and get thank you, Dr. Wilson. When are you implementing it? Because this is new. Are you implementing it? Now, do you see this little green swirly right here? You can add Grammarly for free to Google Chrome. Please do so, especially if you're writing on something like LinkedIn, because you saw I was trying to misspell things. I didn't have other things going on. And you see, instead of just saying thank you, Dr. Wilson, I was like, when are you implementing it? Because this is a big thing in my area. This is a substantive interaction. Not did I just say thank you, I appreciate you, thanks for hearing me out, yes, we're sharing this. I asked him what he was going to do about it, or you could ask, what do you think about this and how are you doing it? I happen to share this from somebody who's doing 3D modeling for business meetings. A lot of people in my area really liked it. If you want to see who liked it, I'll see a couple of these people. The person who wrote it liked it. Awesome guy if you want to follow somebody who's really into technological innovation. And this obviously is somebody who's also very interested in that topic. So you'll see this has a little picture. I put this up really rapidly. This is about the presentation. I hope that I pulled you into this video. But you'll see I have 88 views here. And I kind of see they're all over again, but pretty good. That's pretty much a good East Coast, West Coast spread on this one. But what I want you to see is the type of engagement that I'm involved in as I post. I post my own work. I post things that I'm doing at work. I share work of others. I share jobs from other places. And I try to post something every single day. I'm just not going to post 100 things a day at this point in my life, but I can see the unique value in that if you're very hot on a job hunt. And that's really about me and my little world. But I really need to do a little bit better. I'm going to show you my all activities. So let's see if I have some things on here. This is me interacting with people. This is something I'm sharing with others. So this doesn't really give you a good idea of what I do. But there are quite a few people I follow. One of the people I follow, if you were in my presentation, I call him the Invisible Man. He may or may not be real. I'm not really sure. But here I'm at his profile. You should know that if you go to someone's profile, it is recorded. So sometimes if you hashtag success or hashtag their name or something, it pulls you into their activity feed. You get to skip this. But Oleg has like 1 million followers. It's not going to really matter that I'm here. But what I'm coming into, I want to see all of his activity. That is, I'm looking for his post. I'm going to put it here. I can also, all activities, everything he's done, he's shared, but I want to see what Oleg himself has posted. Do you see how 3,848 people have responded to him? Now, Oleg is really great for people who are looking for a job. Do you see? I made mistakes, therefore I'm human. I pray that you and your loved ones stay healthy, stay strong. The best is yet to come. Being appreciated is such a nice feeling. Do not rush anything. Good people end up with good people. And his piece, as you can see, it keeps falling. He posts really upbeat things. And again, some people have tried to do some research in him. He may not be real, but he's such an awesome person. You'll see these people looking into him. And you're like, I want to follow the people that follow him or liked him. You'll be able to do this and go through this list and harvest new people to follow or connect with. I like to look at the comments because this is one of the places you need to participate. And if you could just sit down one day, even if you're sitting there at an appointment, you could do like 10 of these really easy. Well, we'll skip that one. Sometimes they're spicy, but that one wasn't really spicy. But he's welcoming back. Very true, roots from the heart. Mistakes make us human. It's hard for me to find one. Probably mistakes in life and blah, blah, blah. And what you would do is come out, you are gaining experience. And you're like, yes. Sorry about that. You'll click the hand point. Yes. If you could put here and write to Yes, you're absolutely right about gaining experience. In fact, I had a thing where I had to learn technology, and because I failed at it so badly and I took this course, I really began to become better at what I was doing. Make sure it's substantive, make sure it awards the person that you're writing to, make sure it expands. These are the people that you're going to start building online networking with. And you can be really targeted. You can get some idea who they are before you go in. In some case, you might feel it's kind of creepy, but it's not. You're responding, you're respectful, you're substantive. This is going to create other opportunities for you to meet other people. So make sure you jump into it, not just in your world, that you go out into others. You're like, I'm not really sure who I want to hang out with, or who should I follow. There's actually lists of people who are influencers on LinkedIn. You can go LinkedIn influencers 2020 or 2019, and you'll get all sorts of lists. I also will have a URL where I provide you with the links to some of those lists. Did you see how I just did hashtag marketing? If that's your thing, go ahead and follow that hashtag, and that'll bring some of these pieces into your feed so you'll see them daily. Or if you're trying to check, or you're just like, I need to rinse my brain out with some different ideas, this will bring up all the people that are posting with hashtag marketing. You'll see here this person is a basketball intern in sports management. 23 people have liked his piece, but no one has made any comments. Let's see if we can find activity and comments. This person has 2 comments, and if this is a conversation you would like to get into, you could make your own. But while you're here, go ahead and respond to these other pieces. That is a very alarming picture of Burger King, just saying. Anyway, so you can go on and you can see, it's Assistant Marketing Management at Tiers 3 Media. Kind of see what they're working on. Give them a compliment. If you know anything about them, ask them questions. This is your chance to take your networking from your very small geographic sphere into the much larger world. Now that said, and I think I am up on 12 minutes on this, if you've hung in here, I want to make sure you know about something else that you can do. So I'm here, I went back to home, and this is the feed, and I go through this. I usually, give some kudos, some likes and loves. How are you doing? Oh, that's a great project. But another thing you can do that has a very long life is write an article on LinkedIn. Now, this is long form. It's not as short as a post. Sometimes it takes a long time to get people to read it. In fact, I'm going to kind of start posting some of mine on Facebook to bring that up. But this is a really beautiful space. You can bring in an image. If you look at my the page I've built, you could bring in something beautiful from unsplash.com that doesn't have any sort of ethics issue around them. You could do headlines. You see how it's very much like Word at this point, so it lets you produce a really beautiful article, and you can share that. The great thing about this in terms of students is, suppose that you're a student and you just wrote an article a month about a topic going into what you may be working on. And that article is sitting there generating connections, reads, hits, and other sorts of connectivity for you on LinkedIn. I've actually kind of gotten some work and some speaking opportunities off of mine. I'm going to go here. I'm going to go back to the views of my posts, which has articles. I really don't have that many here. Right now you'll see this one's pretty new, and I need to kind of work on that. You're going to need to share it in your feed, kind of hustle and tease it a little bit. This has 167 views, and this is how to do academic research without actually having academic library access. This has gotten me at least 2 presentations. It's talking about how to build content based on not what I know, but what other people not only don't know, but causes them a great deal of pain that they do not know. and Learning Centered Practice for Librarians. Bone Week is about an event I did, and this is also about the rebuild of a library webpage. Of this, I'm very thankful that I put this piece and another in, because I no longer work at these places, and when I wrote it, it's kind of became an encapsulation of my experience. So LinkedIn has this beautiful way of making connectivity, keeping the pieces of yourself that you've used in your career that you may not have been able to save any other places, and it keeps all these wonderful things in one place, and you're able to build and share upon them. So I hope this was helpful. I have on my page information on how to write content the way you look at it, because I believe you should share, you should interact substantively, and your sharing should also be substantive. Some days I have a hard time saying that. And kind of give kudos to the person that wrote it, or bring out or quote a piece of the article that you find to be significant. And also, it's very beneficial for you. Write your own post, and you know what? Once a month, why don't you try to write an article about something you've done, or something you know, or some sort of great tip that could really help others? Because the secret sauce of LinkedIn is it's a giving, promoting place. We want our communities and people to do well. We absolutely want to help people get jobs, including ourselves and others. And make sure when you have a good job to share, you do #GetHired. And this is a really important driver of success for all of us. And that's really, really important. This is Rhonda Kitchens, a librarian. I hope this made sense to you. You can always reach out to me. Thank you.